would lighten the cats up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, these some real motherfuckers. Oh, they talking about some real shit.
Yeah.
They got kids and jobs and shit. And it's just like, oh, these the homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we start the interview, and they just like, it's just like an open. It never failed. There was a couple of interviews where it just was a disaster from start to finish.
Yeah. Oh, I hate those.
But the majority.
Yeah, we talk about them in the book, actually.
Yeah, we do.
You drop the names too, huh?
Oh yeah,
we drop the names.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm ready to drop the names. I might see these niggas had to stab them, man. I ain't trying to do that. And if I stab you, I stabbed you. It's on you. It's on God to let you die or not. It's not up to me. I stabbed you. It's on Allah. If you die, let you die. If I shoot you,
do what you gotta do.
It's on Allah.
You do whatever you gotta do,
it's on
man.
Jesus. All right, go ahead.
It's on Jesus.
What? I'll say, I'm going to introduce this, yo. We had the Abyss podcast, yo. We got 2 special guests on the horn. Big shout out to Carl with the dope Big Ghost hoodie on. Big shout out to Primo Jab with the motherfucking Daniel son. That Yulin Ducey. Yeah, one of my favorite albums, Yulin Ducey. Yeah, you crashing the car and shit. Yo, we got Southern Vanguard hip hop on here.
Yes,
podcast,
Southern Vanguard Radio. Hell yeah.
Yeah, all that shit. I don't even want to say radio because they do so much more. Know what I mean? They got music production, music mastering, Eddie Meeks raps. Know what I'm saying? Words. Some of y'all niggas don't know that shit. Know what I'm saying? Some of y'all niggas just don't know the legendary shit that we have behind here.
Legendary
you know what I'm saying?
shit.
Well, Eddie Meeks got an album coming out. We're gonna get into that really soon because we got to get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of shit going on. My fucking John Doe mixed the Blue shit. I remember when Blue got. Yo, did y'all go to the Blue show down here when Blue was drunk on stage?
We did, yes.
Yeah.
Did I open that night?
You did?
I don't believe so.
It wasn't 529, was it?
No, it was at Masquerade.
Okay, nah, I wasn't. Yeah, I opened up for Blue once at 529.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't at the Masquerade. I was at the 529 joint. Yeah.
That's when he got pulled off.
No,
then he get pulled off. The nigga jumped on the stage because he was drunk and he didn't know his words. Blue was drunk. Blue was drunk as fuck, bro.
No, I didn't see that one. I saw the Masquerade or the 529 joint. I think he was on some other shit maybe that night.
Yeah,
big up to Blue though.
Yeah, yo, that was like the 3rd Blue show I saw. And I was like, yo, this dude drunk, man. You didn't know the words. I'm like, yo, man, I know the words better than this nigga. That's what I said.
Hey, sorry about that, guy.
You're good.
It's all love. It's all right. The Matrix got you, man.
Yeah, and yo, real quick, I just got saved by the bell, so I don't have to pull out in 20 minutes. I'm good to go.
Nice.
How long we going? Yeah.
Oh, good. Pull out in 20 minutes.
Well, we just
a good pause.
I do not pull out in 20 minutes. I promise you that. Pause.
Word. True indeed. True indeed. I mean, whoever floats your boat, lots remote.
Sometimes I got stuff to do. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Little shit, man. So how y'all brothers doing, man? 388 episodes. 11 years.
The milestone of the amazing, goddammit, effort that y'all have put into demonstrating out here and becoming the purveyors, the cornerstone of putting out nothing but the raw. How does it feel to be, like has been noted, being legendary, being a monument, being an institution out here, man? I really want to exalt y'all while you're here. This is a very, very big thing having y'all here, man, because of what y'all do, man. Y'all have put many people on to so many different people, man. Y'all the forefront of this shit. But you know,
you talking about us?
Yeah. I'm talking about Southern Vanguard.
Staple.
Y'all varsity, we JV. Y'all varsity, we JV. Y'all really varsity, we JV. We play before y'all, then y'all play the real game.
Hey man, let me put it to you like this. Big ups to the homie John Doe. Just keeping it all the way live, man. We had got to a point with the music that it just wasn't it just wasn't clicking like we wanted it to at the time. And the homie, he is he ain't one for giving up on nothing. So if we go another route, we go another route. You know what I mean? So he had the idea January 1st, 9 years ago. Hey, look, Meeks, I came up with an idea, man. I like we need to simplify this thing and get back to having some fun with this rap shit. So it's just like cool. I'm with it. What you got in mind? He said, man, I had a ball doing college radio, and that's where we met initially back.
Nice.
100 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So
in the mid-90s.
The late 1900s.
Right, that's what they call it. That's what the kids call it. It's crazy.
And I was like, yeah, radio was cool. And then my aspect of radio, I always got a blast out of, like, when I was doing my promotional runs, going to college radio stations, every now and then maybe hitting a commercial joint for whatever reason. But college radio, indie radio was where it's at.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we could do some things. So, you know, 1st of January, 9 years ago, I wasn't even on that first episode. But when I heard it back, I was like, there's no way he does another one without me. Like
nice.
It was too live. It all clicked for me in that moment when I heard it. And I was just like, holy shit. I was like, yeah, we got to do this. So, and we just been rocking it ever since, man. All through the pandemic and everything, nonstop. You know,
that's incredible.
Holding us down out here, man. Feeding us, man.
Word.
Straight up, man.
I heard the story on the HDG Media, the boy Ian. No, I couldn't fuck that up. I couldn't fuck them letters up. I fuck up everything, so I had to say that real slow. I heard a story about how y'all met. You know what I'm saying? That's some wild shit. Southern Memphis, you know what I'm saying? You're from Atlanta, correct, John Doe? You from Atlanta? You born in Atlanta?
No, I'm from Kentucky originally.
I was born in Kentucky.
Who was born in Kentucky?
Me. I was born in Louisville.
Oh, wow. God damn. All right.
Wow.
Salute.
Yeah,
man. That's what made the dynamic so crazy, man. Me being from South Memphis, John being from Glasgow, Kentucky, and we just joined forces we just joined forces on some real rap shit, man. Like it's our perspective on it is quite different from others. I just leave it at that. And the way we approach it is quite different from others as well. It's kind of unique, actually. So yeah,
I fuck with it. Being from a place in the Midwest where there wasn't really that many repping for us.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know what Memphis, it is.
Yeah. I just came from Memphis last week. You know what I'm saying? Like born, and being born in Kentucky, raised in Missouri. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember nothing. I don't remember nothing about really Kentucky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we Midwest brothers. All of us except Carl. Carl's up north. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Where you at, Carl?
I'm in Dahlonega now, but I'm originally from Toronto.
Oh, that's what's up. We fuck with Toronto hip hop, Canada hip hop.
Yes, I know you do.
Man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But the fuck you doing in Dahlonega, yo?
Well, I moved to the Bay Area in '91, and then moved to Atlanta.
What are you doing in Dahlonega?
And then moved to Atlanta, and then moved to Atlanta in '93. And then got married here. My wife and I just wanted a piece of property with trees. I couldn't see my neighbors.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I got you.
I'm an old head.
You can't do that in the Bay.
Yeah, no. No, there's a lot you can do in the Bay, but that's not one.
Yeah, but owning property and land and shit like that, that ain't Bay living.
No.
Word up. But I think there's one thing that all of us got in common is we are definitely, well, not Primo Jag, because he had people repping for him in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of MCs in the 90s was Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But
still, I mean, Chicago, though, as a market that was releasing hip hop, man, we were still looked down upon in the 90s. We were a scrappy bunch we were our own island that wasn't really taken seriously. I mean, Midwest hip hop in general, Chicago in the mix with a lot of other people, MC Breed, Detroit. You know what I mean? You had all these different sounds coming from the Midwest in the '90s. Bone, like Bone, actually came through right early on, and they got the props kind of for the region, but they like the edge of it, and their sound is in competition kind of with the other sound, with the Twister sound, or with, you know, the South. Go down to Memphis, you know, that's still kind of the Midwest style.
That Bone Thug style is definitely generated from the Memphis sound. 3-6. You know what I'm
saying? It's
Project Pat, all of that. Yeah, it's very influential to what Bone Thugs brought to the table, for sure.
Yeah, I just say all that to say that just, you know, it was a lot going on. All of those places were kind of looked down upon by the supremacists at that time. You know, the West Coast was indifferent. They didn't care. They were just making music. Everybody could party. But, you know, like the East Coast kind of, you know, they were East Coast purists, to say the least. You know what I mean? They're like, if it ain't from the East Coast, we ain't rocking with it. It's that down south
still got
stuff.
Guys like that
it's
today.
That Midwest stuff, you know, whatever.
Yeah, Jeb, I still am homies with DJ Precise. I don't know if you know Precise or not. He actually lives here now, but I met him when he lived in Chicago. He would say the same thing about Chicago. Like I was even in Chicago a couple of times hanging out with him, and he was saying the same thing that you were, basically. Like this is even in like the late 90s, early 2000s. He was kind of expressing his frustrations about the same thing that you were saying. So,
but that's the beauty of right now, though, man. I think we have a lot of names from everywhere in the abyss, right? In this particular vein that y'all kind of put people onto. You were pulling people from all over the place. You know, it's started with the Rochester, the Buffaloes, right? You know, you get them in the mix. Then you got Massachusetts. Then you got down to Virginia. Some Atlanta griminess in the mix, you know what I mean? Then you swing it out west, Canada music, you know. I think it's less discriminatory by region right now, at least for our
now.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
It used to be during the 90s, you know what I mean?
For sure.
The 90s was very separated.
It's a gift and a curse. I want to quote Eddie Meeks on his bio in the motherfucking Instagram. We had the greatest cultural phenomenon in the history of the modern world, but scavengers and vultures ruined it. So the gift and the curse is like you right next to somebody that lives somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? And you can listen to them and you can buy their merch and you know who they are. And we in a whole ecosystem and nature community where we get a lot of good music. But the problem is it's not on a large scale. We're feeding ourselves.
Yeah.
You know
But that's been enough, right? That's been sufficient, man. Obviously, there's a lot more of us out here than I think people really can estimate that really want to give it credit, because a lot of people are doing a lot for each other as far as supporting each other and all of that. Like the same 100 fans might not be supporting everybody, but spending that $100 with them with vinyl. It's different groups of 100 fans for everybody. You know, all these buckets are getting filled. That's
shit.
It's dope. It's dope right now.
I do think you're finding that a lot of those individual pockets of fans are starting to merge because of the culture that's happened with rappers, you know, working and doing features for each other, and, you know, producers working with so many different rappers. Right. You're starting to get all of those individual pockets are crossing over.
Yeah.
And to bring it to the podcast, like we play music from all over. Like I said, we big fans of the T-Dot scene. John is, you know, a big fan of UK hip hop. He's got certain individuals that rep for the UK that he really fucks with. Man, we play music from all over. It's just as long as it meets the smell test, we'll play that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
what up?
Yeah, man, it's that there is still opportunity for all this to combine and come together. It's just right now, everything is just so different. It's probably just going to take a little bit of time, but it's, you know, it's moving, it's bubbling, it's doing its thing. It's hip hop is hip hopping. You know what I'm saying? Still,
yeah.
I think the most refreshing thing for us is that we've come to realize that there's a lot of younger cats, like younger, doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Like the first cat we really, took a hold to, young, super young, was like Nolan the Ninja.
I was gonna tell the same story.
Okay.
Dude, just when we interviewed him and he went through his process of how his new wave digging process of like sitting on YouTube all day and playing the joints, looking for that funk. And we was just like, oh, okay, that's a more modernized version of us.
Of digging,
and a younger body, you know what I'm saying? And then to hear him spit, it was just like he was one of us. So it's just
I think the difference with Nolan is the passion, because I mean, you could hear this motherfucker, like he really got into like talking about like how he discovered all these artists and like how he went back and did the homework and did the math on everything. I mean, you could literally hear the passion in his voice over the phone. This is before, like in the very beginning when we were doing interviews, there wasn't video, right? So we were doing interviews on Skype and shit. So it was just, I mean, some of those early interviews, the fact that we even pulled the shit off was, a miracle in of itself, just because Skype was so janky and like, people are like, I don't know, what do you mean I got to use Skype to call in and shit? This is 2015, right? It didn't seem that long ago, but it was.
Yeah.
But man, I've never heard, I don't think I heard an interview for someone that young or at that age that had so much passion. And like when I heard this kid talking about like finding Madlib for the first time and then going back and finding Kane for the first time and then finding Rakim, it was like the shit was happening in real time in his brain. Like when he was talking to it, the shit was crazy.
Right. Like I said, it was a new wave format. Like the way we discovered the music. Yeah, it's more instant for him. Like it's right there at his fingertips.
Yeah,
he literally didn't know what to do. Like what he would talk about, like how he would find one artist, and because
it had to be overload.
Because the hole is so deep, like he didn't know what to fucking do. It's crazy.
And then you take it back to when we were discovering it's going to the record store once a week. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and as stuff was coming out too.
Yeah, Tuesdays.
I kind of experienced the same kind of thing coming into this because I'm an old head and I had kind of walked away from hip hop. And Lukey brought me back in and brought me into this underground wave that's going on. And hitting that in what, 2020 or 2021, Lukey? When did we start?
It had to be 2020 when I met you.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But there was already a lot of stuff out that I was trying to, Rock Marcy and SD Knack and all of these really incredible artists, Danielson. And as I'm trying to go through and catch up on all this, we hit this boom where so much music is still coming out constantly. And yeah, I mean, it's glorious, but it can make your head spin.
For sure.
That's a good problem to have, right?
It's a ton of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just looked at for Nolan the Ninja. I wasn't familiar. You know what I'm saying?
But
Nolan took an interesting turn because when he first dropped, it was super gritty, super grimy, super like he had a really, like at the time, unorthodox style. And then for better or worse, no shots, but like I think he got signed to Mellow Music Group.
Okay.
And it went a more how do I say this nicely? It went a more like Detroit
Babyface Ray type shit.
Polished sound. Yeah, basically, yeah. And it was just not I love Nolan, but I just
kind of rawness.
Yeah, it just did. Like I don't know what happened. Like I don't know if he like it got a little odd, and he dropped the ninja shit. So like it's just Nolan now.
Nolan. Oh, okay.
I see the Instagram saying Nolan the Ninja, but it says Nolan. FK. What is FK?
We interviewed
no idea.
Joaquin the Divine.
We'll listen later. Yeah.
Did you say FKA? That's formerly known as Nolan. Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Wait, Lukey, what?
What?
Hey,
I mean,
nothing, man.
He dropped the ninja, yo.
Yeah, right.
My
Man.
ninja,
I didn't realize
my
what you
ninja,
just
Primo
said
Jab.
though. Hey man, hey, all right.
Yeah, what?
Oh,
You my ninja. You look like Jay Royale, brother. You look like Jay Royale, brother, yo. Big shout out to Jay Royale,
he
man.
actually
Jay
does. He actually
Royale,
does.
that's crazy. That's
He actually
crazy.
does, Lukey. He actually does look like Jay
Yeah.
Royale's brother.
Yeah,
Looking on
Good
a
call
roll.
on that. Good
Right.
call on
Yo, I
that.
wonder if they watch Hulu. Anyway. Yeah. Hulu. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop before these niggas get
Shouts
mad at
out
me, man.
to shouts out to
I love the umbrella.
shouts out to
Shout out Jay
Baltimore,
Royale,
man.
man.
Hey, man,
Shouts
we
out
fuck
to
with
shout out
Baltimore
to-
heavy
Yeah,
too,
shout out
though.
Baltimore.
Yeah, Jay
Baltimore,
Royale, Guy Grams, all those guys, man. I love all those.
I used-
Fucking ill conscious, all those guys, man.
Yeah.
Consciousness.
The whole
Man, I
Baltimore.
saw Jay Royale, Supply and Demand 1, Jay Royale, Ill Conscious on stage together. Holy shit, that was a spiritual experience right there.
Yeah, I
Ill
bet.
Conscious ripped that shit. Man, them dudes is good live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Always when you hear something loud, it makes you like it more though. I mean,
Hey, Lou,
for sure.
straight
to
up.
me, yeah.
That expression, the way you just did that and the way that I could tell that you were reminiscing about that moment, that's exactly how I picture y'all saying how Nolan was explaining his digging process and finding stuff, right? You know, just being like, oh man, holy shit. And then I found out about Rakim. And then I found out about this song by Rakim. And it was insane, you know, like imagine
man.
hearing
Bruh.
you know what I mean? Pump it up, homeboy. Imagine hearing that. The rhyme keeps going the first time ever.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, you like, what did this
Mind
man just
blowing,
say?
bro.
You know what I
Mind
mean?
blowing.
That's insane that he just, ended up down the rabbit hole and found Rakim for the first time.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
that
it's ill.
feeling is like,
That's pretty good.
that's a good feeling. That's what hip hop's for. I think we talked about
Yo, that's what the show's about, Jab. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like that is literally what the
That's
show
what it's
is
about.
about. That
Y'all
fucking
put on
feeling,
a
man.
lot of-
I'm 46 years old. I still love that fucking feeling, man. I love
Yeah.
finding that next shit.
Finding that
I
dope
love.
shit.
Oh God, I fucking love it, man.
Y'all distilled it though, man.
Oh.
That's what I gotta keep going back to it, man. Y'all distilled it, man. Y'all are the ones, y'all the dopamine dealers out here with that, man, because y'all steady come through with the newest pack. You be like, hey, guess what? You ain't heard this. How are y'all getting this? Yeah, straight up, man. What can you explain? Who is your plug? How are you doing this? What is your secret? Where is the source of your
We don't want to tell the secret.
endless supply of ill exclusive?
No, I
here's the
don't
thing.
want to know how the magic happens.
It's not about really.
Okay, I'm just saying, man.
It's not one plug.
Because they always got them.
And it's not magic.
funny.
It's not magical at all. It's a shit show, honestly.
It really,
Hey, yo, boom. I feel you.
is.
Filtering through a
Yeah.
lot of bad tracks.
Oh God, I don't think people understand. Like I really don't think people understand how much music I go through and have gone through every single week for the past 9 years. Like I don't mean like I joke all the time. Like I'll hit Meeks like on a Friday or Saturday because that's usually when I go through joints. I'm like, dog, if you count all the albums and the singles, like Serato tells me, you got 4,300 joints right here.
What the fuck?
You know, so like I
Wow.
mean, and I go through shit now.
Man, let that number sink in for a
43.
minute. And this is weekly.
It's a prolific time, man. It's a prolific time.
This is weekly.
4,300.
Hey, man.
Each song was probably 2 minutes because there are only 2 verses nowadays. Well, 43, probably 3 minutes.
Well, here's
4,300 songs.
Here's the thing,
Times
though. It's
3.
like I hate to say this.
That's not
I
minutes.
really. It's terrible. It is a gift and a curse, like what you were saying earlier, Lukey. Like because you can't literally go through that many songs in that amount of time, right? So like.
Yeah.
I'll get joints from wherever I get the joints from every week, and I'll be like, all right, I know I fuck with these folks. Like, Jab sends me something, like I'm at a minimum, I'm listening to it, and I'm gonna listen to all of it all the way through, right? Whatever he sends me. So you got those like the folks that you fuck with, but then like you got some new shit, and what it's really comes down to here lately is if it sounds like shit, it goes out. Like if
Like
because
the
I.
mix?
No, yeah, like if the music sounds sonically bad, I'm not like an
I know what you
audio
mean.
file, but like
If it's mixed bad, if it doesn't have that bang to it.
because
it's
if you
can't
listen
rock
to the show, man, like
I
when we
get you.
start the show every week, like we are coming out firing off the fucking rip, and I want that shit to sound larger than life. You know how people used to talk about fucking Red Alert and fucking Pete Rock and WBLS and K-Day and all that shit back in the day, and they felt like that, like radio was like larger than life. Like that's the way I want that shit the sound when we drop every week. So like, if that shit sounds like it's something rattling around in a tin cup, it's got to go. Like it's got to be the MC has got to be on some alien stellar fucking shit to make it past something that sounded bad. So that's become like, that's like, hey, like if it sounds like shit, like it's gonna go. And then like you just have to like, unfortunately, you just have to get, it's like speed reading. You know what I mean? Like you as a DJ, you can just start to kind of hear like, okay, like
it's gonna be good.
I like the sound, I like the flow, I like the delivery, and you just have to start weeding out like that. It's the only way to do it.
You got a good ear, man.
Sight.
Definitely got a good ear.
First sight. Hey, yo, boy, you know why they picking your shit, Primo? Because that you got that film on your shit sometimes with that God Bless Beats. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you got that film.
Are you just counting my man's rapping? Is that what you're doing?
No. Sometimes you don't even hear no rapping when it comes on first, right? Right?
Nah,
so
but it's deep. It's deeper than that with Jab, because Jab one of us. You know what I'm saying? Jab been in that in Atlanta doing his thing.
Hell yeah.
for quite some time. We know the history. Les Mis, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Jay Ellis. You know what I mean?
My man, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's that's an automatic. We get some from him, and God Bless. That's an automatic. Like it ain't even
that God Bless beats be banging though.
Yeah,
man.
but that's
nasty, yo.
That's an
automatic for me too.
It comes on, yo, boom.
Yo, that's an easy call. That's an easy night for us. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain individuals like that too, because we've been doing this thing for a minute, and we got peers and brothers in arms, you know, throughout this whole thing with us. So we get music from them. It's pretty much a no-brainer. It just comes down to what are we gonna play from them? And then, you know, I gotta take it back to the homie. Shouts out to John Doe, because I don't go through none of that shit. I get the emails.
You're just hearing stuff for the first time, essentially, on the show that night.
It's fresh to my ears, so he done laid it out. You know what I'm saying? And then again, at the same time, you know, he's picking joints in real time. Like he's got a skeletal layout, but it ain't a definitive, you know, these are 15 joints we're gonna play them. Nah, he trying to
I don't plan shit. I have a color coding system in Serato, right? So I go through the joints, and like the joints that I love get the blue because they're ice cold, and then the joints below that get the yellow, that's gold, and then the joints below that get the green. But here's the thing: is like on the fly, depending on how the mix and the vibe's going, something that you may not have labeled as a blue or a gold, a green joint might fit in the mix better. Right. So like that's the other thing. Right. So like I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot of shit right now, but I feel it's warranted because I go through all those records every fucking week for the past 9 years, and I color code the shits, right? So I could have possibly 70 records to pull from, and we only gonna play fucking 20 records in the show. You know what I mean? So like, and I also think that's what people don't understand about the show. They're like people will send me joints and like, do you like the joint? I'm like, yeah, I like the joint, but well, why didn't you play it? I'm like, well, it just didn't fit in the mix. Like I can only play like, 15, 20 joints in the show. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it makes sense though.
It's a living thing.
Well,
this isn't you writing your list. Oh,
and the spontaneity, man. See, that's the thing. You're looking for that fucking magic moment, right? So like, just like how we were talking about, like looking for that next shit all the time. Well, there might be a mix that fucking hits that makes you hear something different that you wouldn't have heard otherwise if it wasn't put in the mix like that. You know what I mean? So like, it's fucking complicated actually, but it's also I've also tried to make it simple and loose at the same time. And this isn't something like I've thought about. This is just some shit that's like evolved over time, and like Meeks being in the room with me, like I feed off Meeks. Like when he hears some shit and he bugs out, and I'm like, wow, Meeks is fucking with that. So that might be like a gear shift or a lane shift somewhere else to take the night or take the set or whatever in a different place. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
indeed.
And I was going to say that, you know, one of the reasons I like certain albums is because it's not just a collection of songs. There's a feel to an album that gives it a story, like Quality or something. And until you said that, I didn't really kind of put two and two together, but I always got that feel from listening to the show, because it doesn't feel like there's just these random songs put in. It always felt like there was an energy behind it, much like a well thought out album.
I think that the general overall approach is because it's Meeks and I, and that's the show. So that's going to be the energy by default, but there's still like a little give and take in there. And like, it also, I mean, somebody might like, we were kind of late to the Twitch game, but like we started going heavy on Twitch like two years ago, maybe. And like people might be bugging out in the Twitch and we're like, oh shit, like that's hitting. Or somebody might say something or like, you know what I mean? So it's
the other thing too is John Doe is a professional disc jockey. So you can never front on that. It's not. We ain't dealing with no CDJs. It ain't no, controller or nothing like that. This is he is dealing with Serato. Yeah, look, he's dealing with Serato, but we done had all vinyl nights too.
Here's the thing, dog. Like I've been DJing since '94. I've been DJing since '94.
I see the crates behind you.
Sir. If a DJ can't do that, they ain't shit.
Right.
Right. Period. If a DJ in some form or fashion can't do what I just laid out, like they need to get back in the lab, boss. Like, if you're not a DJ,
who does the playlist for on Spotify? I see his updates because y'all just got.
I do a really shitty job of keeping that up to date. But basically,
y'all did it today. Y'all just did it because y'all put the Knife Wonder Husk Kingpin on there. That wasn't on there before. And that Knife Wonder Husk Kingpin just dropped last week.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Well, we played it on the show, but it might not be on a playlist. So I used to like, we dropped the show on Tuesdays, so that's on Spotify podcast, and then I have sometimes when I was focused, I would do a Spotify playlist of all the joints that I played, like that week or whatever. So
yeah.
You're probably looking at a mix, Lukey, because we did play some of the Huss and Ninth joints last week or the week before.
Okay, sure. I might be getting that messed up, man. I'll be, I'll be on. I'm on apple juice today. I'm on apple juice today, but like, I'm not fucked up. I'm
on bourbon.
I got me a good pool.
That's a nice cup, though. I'm on bourbon. I'm drinking bourbon. I got some cold beers. I'm just trying to unwind, man. Just trying to unwind.
Yeah.
Kick back, man.
Hang coffee and cigarettes.
What you got, Carl? You got coffee?
Coffee and cigarettes.
God damn, coffee at 8:30? God damn, Carl, what time you going to bed, dog?
He ain't going to bed tonight.
Carl's the machine.
I told you I got shit to do.
I know that's right.
Carl's the machine, yo. Hey, yo, look, this question for Eddie Meek. Son, I mean, being a professional rapper yourself and coming in contact with rappers, and a lot of rappers. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying, like, boom, like,
this is loaded.
Yeah.
I'm ready for all this. Let it go. Pause.
Yeah, good job. It's a great pause. I mean, because, I know I be rapping too. I'm on quiet taste. They say I sound like RZA and Riff Raff and some other niggas mixed together. Yeah, so boom, I don't like a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
How you feel?
Okay.
How you feel?
I don't like a lot of shit either.
Word.
Just period, point blank. I like the shit my homie plays. My listening music in the car is, various our podcast, because I pretty much do the quality control. Like, I've listened to every episode that we've dropped, and I make a point to do so, because I just want to, just going back to the pandemic, it was, we sacrificed a lot in quality during the pandemic because it was just rough. We doing everything remote and things like that. But for the most part, the mix was the mix. The only issues we had was us interacting with each other. But there have been times where I've gone back and things didn't sound right, and I could hit John up and he could pull it down and then throw the better quality shit up. But in terms of like MCs and who's rapping about today's standards and stuff like that, yeah, I'm kind of like you, man. I don't like a lot of stuff. And that's just me. I think I have earned that right to be able to, and it's all personal. You know what I mean? It ain't like I'm out on the street corner trying to, turn all people against everything that I don't like. But it's, it's all personal preference. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff that I like. Like, and again, the podcast has afforded us, new names, new MCs, new styles. And, I can get with a lot of it, but me and a homie, we got similar tastes. And, typically if he likes some shit, I'm gonna like that shit. Just like you were saying, if I hear something that Sunday night and I start wilding out, I kind of think at this point he's holding out on me. Like, like he got shit in the stash that he know is gonna bug me out, and I'm over there lit, and it's been a couple of nights where I almost tore the studio up. Like
that's the best part, seeing you spaz out. That's when you know
like,
that you hit a one. You be like,
what the
crazy.
fuck is that? Run it back, and I tell him to run it, and he'll just run that shit back. Like it's just as simple. But I don't know if I'm a snob. I don't think I'm a snob. I just come from an era where it was always all the way up here.
You have a discerning ear. You have a discerning ear. You're not a snob.
Yeah, over the years. Yeah, over the years, it's mediocrity has kind of run its course. You know what I'm saying?
That's the staple mediocrity.
And it's just like. And it's just like I can't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? It's either all the way up here is, or it's nothing. Like, and so that's how I feel. And then in terms of me doing music, like if I ain't feeling it, I'm not gonna do it. I was over at shouts out to DJ Pocket, talking about Baltimore again. I had got roped into it was late last year. His daughter, she just turned 21 yesterday. So last year, like around Thanksgiving or something, she was like, "Meeks, you gonna buy me a bottle of Don Julio?" I was like, "You know what? You turned 21. I'm gonna put this shit on my calendar." And yesterday, I got a notification: buy a bottle of Don Julio today, right? So I went and picked it up and took it over there to her, and we drank a shot and burned a hole in our chest. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, happy belated birthday to Kalia McManus real quick. Yeah. But Pocket, me and Pocket was, for whatever reason, he put on some videos that we had done, like Song of Satisfaction and all kind of things from the Hartsfield Jackson project that him and Count did. And yeah, Count Bass D. Shouts out to Count. Shout him out. And we were looking at the date stamps or the upload dates. And this goes back to what we was talking about the other day, homie.
Yeah.
Me and John haven't released music in 9 years. The last project we released was Stanky, and that was right before we started doing the podcast. And that blew me away. And then looking at those videos with Pocket last night, 12 years ago, 14 years ago, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, where does the time go? And it makes you think, why are my projects spaced out so long? But it's a combination of real life shit, everyday life, being a family man, all that type of stuff. And real life shit definitely outweighs rap shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I lock back in, I'm locked back in. And I'm not, I'm not taking no days off. We talking about we going to do some music. All right, we're going to do some music. And it's going to be it's gonna be some dope shit. It's got to be. That's the only way.
Meeks has been talking about stopping rapping for fucking 15 years, man. Bro. He ain't stopping. Just like we ain't stopping doing any of this shit. Just like y'all ain't stopping doing any of this shit.
Bro, the luxury of it all for me is it's like riding a bike. I came to realize real quick, no matter how long I stay away from it, if I say I'm going in to do some shit, I'm all the way in. And I can just turn it on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. I find comfort in that. If the day comes, it's just like, man, I'm beyond rusty. Like that might be it. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't gotten there yet. So I'm cool with it. However it comes, I ain't on no schedule. I'm on nobody's schedule. We getting ready to drop something in the spring of this year. And
toxic masculinity.
Toxic. Everything you're talking about is anti-toxic masculinity right now, but
right.
Toxic.
Well, wait till you hear this record.
No. Well, I'm just saying. I say anti-toxic masculinity because you know what I mean. Because that's what these labelers label stuff. You know what I mean. But everything that Meeks is talking about is being a stand-up dude who lives by principles and executes they words.
Okay, so real quick, Jab. Hold up. But that's by today's by today's standard, that is toxic. That's toxic.
Well.
Don't nobody want to hear. Don't nobody want to hear no real man shit. Don't nobody want to hear nothing about somebody being about family. It is damn near against the law to be a man right now. And the project is and not where I walk either, but I'm talking about bullshit society type shit. You know what I mean?
That's all internet society shit.
I don't think that applies to us. I don't think
internet
that
society shit.
Toxic masculinity applies.
It's a marketing scheme
because we.
There's no such thing.
No,
it's a man-made word.
So.
It's like crack.
It's a created word.
Women it's like crack.
Double speak.
It's man-made.
What's the talk from 1984? What do they call it?
George Orwell.
Yeah, it's that George Orwell talk. It's that double speak. You know what I mean?
It's no such thing. So, seeing it for what it is, I'm just manipulating it. Like,
okay,
like the title of the album is what it is, but there's nothing toxic about it.
Right.
It's some real shit. There is a little bit of toxicity on there, just a little bit, but that's just because I'm a cheerleader for foolishness, man. Like,
hell yeah.
I put up a post yesterday. Like, I just want all the smoke, man. I'm just in it for the smoke right now. I'll do or say whatever I can right now to bring some smoke my way because number one, I can handle it. Number two, I really don't give a fuck. And number three, I really don't give a fuck. So it's just like, shit. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Ain't nobody gonna do shit about it. I'm in the clear. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever with me. It's whatever with me right now.
This man came to speak on a soapbox today, man. This is
no doubt.
After a few drinks and a couple jokes, free love turns instantly into free smoke.
For sure. For sure.
That's me. Everybody out there in the world, don't bite that shit, please. It ain't came out yet.
But
cut
you that out.
You want to below the hip hop will look at this shit, then take our ideas, even though y'all are friends, but fuck that shit. Anyway, John Doe, I'm looking up there. Are those records or comic books, my dude?
Oh, those are records, boss.
Okay, man. The same box.
You don't see the turntables behind him?
That room.
Yeah, but I see the box.
That room right there, where my white hand is fading into the white door right there.
To the void.
That's a vault.
Yeah, that's the fucking vault, dog.
Yeah, nice. I know those are vinyls behind you, and I thought the boxes right there below the turntables.
These are magazines. No, these are magazines.
I was like, yeah, that's the box I was looking. I was like, yo, so those are hip-hop magazines.
Stickers and
They do look
flyers.
like comic book boxes.
Yeah, that's why I was there.
They are comic book boxes.
Oh yeah, yeah, I got those there.
But
Here we go. How about this?
Boxes.
How about a sealed Big L
big picture
maxi promo single? How about that?
Nice.
Wow. How about Reflection Eternal EPK on VHS?
Oh, EPKs.
How about a Big Pun sticker?
Oh wow,
that's dope.
That's
huge as fuck.
That came in XXL or one of those magazines.
Oh, this is crispy. How about a DITC poster sticker? Oh, this is some LES shit. This is some Lower East Side shit. Ghetto inmates. What do you all know about ghetto inmates?
Oh,
crazy.
Not much.
It's just a lot of you don't. No, you won't.
Oh, that's
Here's a good one. Here's a good one.
There's like
so little known fact. So y'all remember when Jay dropped the Black Album acapellas, right? So I did a remix. Yeah. I did one of those remix projects, and this label in South Korea actually released it.
Oh shit!
Here's a poster from said.
Oh wow!
Oh shit! Got Korean on there.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
How to remix the Black
Album.
The
Black Album. They only
on there. Dope.
Yeah, there's some ill stickers on me where they put a mustache on me and I look Mexican. And there's a bunch of ghosts, like the Japanese anime ghosts. I don't know anything about anime and all that.
Oh wow,
like the ghosts and shit. Yeah.
Did they call you Wando?
No, I don't know. I don't know what they call me because I can't read Korean.
Well done.
No, I call him Juan. I call him Juan. He's known as Juan in my cell phone.
Oh, hey, Juan.
That's
Juan.
I got all kinds of shit in these dog. We be here all night going through these. I'm trying to get my shit organized, dog.
That's crazy.
You should get with a new face. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, like, yeah, y'all have a battle or some shit real quick.
You got mad.
You know what needs to happen though? You know what needs to happen with everybody that has all this ill shit? It needs to not be in this room. So like it needs to be on fucking display somewhere, man. We got to start showing this shit off to the world, like what Pete Nice and what Pete Nice and Paradise Gray are doing with the they're doing the shit in the Bronx and like they were just in Atlanta, like they just put out that
man,
you guys seen this shit?
Do this though. New Face is doing this. New Face did this down here. Y'all know that.
Did he do the earwax shit, Jad? Didn't he do the?
He probably was a slim part of it.
I think he was part of that.
He wasn't a touch. Yeah, shout out Jazz. He was probably a slight part of that. But that was
shout out to Jazz and Earwax. That's that's home base. Yeah, that's home base.
This shit right here.
I missed that exhibit,
brother.
This shit is ill. 50 years of hip hop flyers. This is the shit that they've been fucking. Man, this shit is so ill.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So like, this shit can't be in these boxes, man. Like, we got to start fucking traveling the world with this shit for real.
Yeah.
Like, there's
put a display together.
Stories and shit in these boxes, man. It's crazy. Beyond the music, you know, like the sticker culture and all that shit.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Well, that's half the reason why I feel so strongly about getting as much merch as I can when I see it come out, man, because like I see how people run around today wearing Iron Maiden shirts and wearing, the old Aerosmith or even old Chicago, any of these old band graphics that, have the ill, super crazy graphics on their T-shirts. Well, guess what? When you see these older people doing that now, I'm going to be that dude. When I grow up, I'm going to be that older dude rocking a crazy Yin Ladoshi shirt, just going to the grocery store. I'm going to be rocking that crazy Rock Marcielago shirt. You know what I mean? Just out running errands with my shorty. You know what I mean? I'm be rocking them different flavors. And people going to be like, yo, what's that from? It's from the goddamn it, the era.
Y'all all got Carl, Jab, and Lukey. Y'all got on like probably like $1,500 something right now. It's just gonna be 10 years from now.
Yeah, you can't.
I got the whole fit.
He's got the whole fucking outfit. You got $3,000. Carl's got $3,000.
I was gonna wear my hoodie today. I was gonna wear my hoodie today, but Carl had that shit on. Like, I'm glad I changed at the last minute, yo.
Hey, yo, you know what my favorite sweatshirt is?
What is
and nobody like I feel like ain't nobody in the city got it.
Oh, I never seen
I used to do street promotions here in Atlanta, and I messed around and went to the Atlanta Loud office. Shouts out to my man X-Ro from Vinyl Junkies.
Word up.
He was the head of that office.
All the guys.
Yo, he hit me off with the HNIC Prodigy sweatshirt.
Oh wow!
And
on the front it's so ill.
On the front of it is HNIC. On the back of it is like the full flyer advertisement for. It's got Prodigy on the back. It's got Loud on the shoulder. Like it's it's crazy. Classic. And I still got the joint and it still look crispy.
Mm-hmm. Still look crispy. That's a priceless item right there.
Bro, I got a mix. Y'all remember Mixwell?
Mixwell?
Like the magazine?
Yeah. I got a Mixwell sweatshirt that I pull out from time to time. I got some shit.
Okay.
I got some shit. So I know exactly what y'all are talking about. Like that merch is everything. And one of the things we try to get across on the show also is to support these artists, man.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
because they're doing they're doing what they're doing on a shoestring. You know what I'm saying? And they putting all their money into themselves. And that's some hellified belief. You know what I'm saying? If you believe in yourself enough to break yourself on a regular basis, which is basically what we've been doing for the longest time. It's just like there's nothing like it, man. But the best thing you can do is support these artists. So that's a major message that we try to get across on the show as well.
Especially now. Especially now, like it's easier to get it done, but like, dude, to break through, yo, man, that's some.
But don't y'all feel selfish though a little bit to be like, I don't want to give this sweatshirt to the museum. I want to keep this. I don't want to give this magazine to the. I want to keep this fucking. I want to keep this magazine. You don't feel that way? Cause I saw that shit you just had. I'm keeping that shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. When I say we, I mean us. Like, we need to be putting on exhibits of this shit, not give it to somebody else. We need to be doing that. We need to be curing that. Like, I don't know exactly what New Face is doing, but like, we need to be doing that shit, even if it's on a local level. Like, I live in Marietta. Like, I should be getting a fucking I should be getting a fucking exhibit together with my shit and going to the fucking one of these art galleries and shit. And I've been talking with my homie Coop about this for a long time, man. Like, even if it's on a hyper local level, we should just be doing it because you just never know, you know?
Like, go on the Beltline and rent out one of them storage containers and just have your shit set up there. I'm only here for 3 days. Do a blast on Instagram and let people walk by, man.
Print up 25 shirts, like, and fucking some hats and shit, and like be done with it. You know what I mean?
Well, we could be thinking too small. The High Museum has had exhibits with Off-White and shit. Why would
I got that book.
That shit.
My wife got that book for me.
Yeah, I went to buy the merch and the hoodies were $200. I was like, yo, kiss my ass.
The book was $75, but I bet you it's probably like 10 times that right now.
I bet you it did.
I bet
it was. No, say I bet you it is. But the High Museum has put on stuff like this for a long time. I know New Face has connects.
They doing some dope stuff at the High, but they could do some doper stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
You know why they ain't doing it? They don't know why they ain't doing doper stuff, Eddie? Because they don't got us.
That's true.
They got Killer Mike.
Probably, but Killer Mike is the one who's putting stuff on the High Museum.
I mean, he's on the board.
Okay, check it out. We need to go to Killer Mike. And we need to.
There needs to be 2 more Killer Mikes, so maybe 3 more Killer Mikes. Actually, it is because they're the ones that kind of vote. Oh, this is what we should lean towards, or add the influence to whoever the directors are up there. This is what we should, maybe listen to it. I think that's why they did give New Face a spot up there. But as far as everybody else, you know what I mean? Like, look, it's not too small thinking about just grabbing a spot and doing it and doing a pop-up, man. That could be the reflection of this era. Yeah. It's not even start. It's just doing. Like, I think that's what holds back a lot of people from accomplishing things in general, period, is because they always think, no, it has to be either all the way here or it's not. It's nothing.
You're right.
So instead of thinking like that, sometimes you just got to say, hey, look, I'm going to rent out this spot for just 2 days. I'm going to set up all my stuff in here. I'm going to do an Instagram blast. I'm going to put it in the proper circles with the proper people. Let people know this is what it is. And then you go from there. And you do that enough times, then the high going to come looking for you. You don't
Hey,
go to
real
them.
quick,
You know what I mean?
real quick.
That's just me. I don't
What
know. I'm sorry.
can we? Nah, you good. Nah, you good. You said some real shit. I just want to roll back for a second.
Okay.
What's the real point or reason for a Killer Mike being on the board of the High Museum? What has he done? What has he brought to that table? What has he brought to that boardroom? Have we been a part of it? Have we seen it? I don't know. I look at stuff like that, and it's almost tokenish, so to speak, because Killer Mike, he's a dope individual. Shouts out to Killer Mike. Salute to him. On the verge of possibly, getting a Grammy. And whatever else accolades come with what he's done recently. Shouts out to Run the Jewels. I like to say me and John Doe are the low budget version of Run the Jewels. But seriously, when you think about somebody like Killer Mike being on the board, what does that equate to? I always wonder about stuff like that.
I got the answer for you. It gives them, Killer Mike is the perfect crossroads for an Atlanta museum. Atlanta, the city that's on the rise, that's established itself as this metropolitan place that now has a fancy metropolitan art museum that is on the level of trying to compete with all these other names, right? Now you have the street cred of Atlanta born philanthropic, deep thinker, Grammy winner, all those accolades you were just talking about. Now you have the cachet of having him on your board, right? Mm-hmm. So that gives you the allure of those in that circle who are, the appearance, the people that are into saying that I don't know. This.
Is that where it
draws
stops?
Your attention?
Is that where it stops though? The allure and the appearance. If he's not able to go in and say
an active member,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, he's not the only dude.
Carl.
He's not the only dude on there. There are several other individuals of cultural relevance and cultural authenticity on that board. I don't know what type of quorum they form, but there's a couple of people on there.
I just want to say this: if I was given the opportunity to be on that board, there's got to be at least 1 to 2 opportunities where I can come into that boardroom, sit at the table, and let my nuts hang, pause, and just look. Yeah, I need for this. I don't even need the whole I don't even need the whole museum. I need a portion of this museum to be this for X amount of months, days, weeks, whatever, and that's that on that. And if we can't do that, I surrender my seat at the board. It's like I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there for the allure. I don't want to be there for the appearance. Like I said, that's very tokenish.
Yeah,
like it's got to be. There's got to be something concrete for me being a member of your board.
All right. Well, here's the thing. Okay,
hang on,
Killer. But before you say that,
Lukey wants to talk real bad.
I just want to say, Killer Mike is literally almost a nobody on this list. I'm looking at the board right now. The people who are on there.
Run it down.
Shit. Well, it's at least 80 names on here, but
okay, so that's what I'm. That is
tokenish. Some people people that I was talking about before, people who have actual cultural currency and legitimacy. Radcliffe Bailey, Keenan Johnson, Karen Hughes, God bless her soul, Kevin Lee, aka Coach K, Famu Peku.
I was wondering if he was on there. Okay.
So that's a legitimate name, right? And 80 more names that I don't even know.
And then when
you know what I mean?
when
So
you
I figure
put
if
when
they
you
say
put
those names, but I say those names because you know why I said those names because of
I
what they
know.
mean.
I know.
Exactly.
And they outweigh Killer Mike.
And that was my point.
Okay,
So
there we
they're
go.
more authentic than
Yes, yes, yes,
I think
yes.
if anything, they bought Killer Mike is the pop level version of any of those names. You know what I
Wow.
mean? I feel you.
Okay.
I agree. But I feel like they did
Y'all,
that to help legitimize him. You know, Killer
yes,
Mike trying to be.
but they also
Go
are
ahead,
the
Lukey. I'm
hip hop.
sorry.
They are the hip hop friends that will prevent them for putting African garb on and kneeling like Nancy Pelosi. Don't you think? Okay, check it out. If you don't
Yeah.
have good friends around to tell you don't do that dumb shit in this used to be predominantly African American city, and yeah, look, the balloons came. My bad.
I want you to know on the video it has you pointing at me, by the way.
You know, the balloons pop out.
It's the iPhone. It's the iPhone. It's the iPhone.
That's when Lukey makes a point. Balloons appear. People are like, damn, he's spitting that shit.
Got it too.
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I forget what I got to do. Oh, yeah. The quotations.
I've never seen that shit.
Peace sign.
That's
but
crazy.
anyway, that's confetti right there. But anyway.
Go crazy, Lukey.
If you don't have good friends that will tell you, don't do that dumb shit, you're going to fuck up if you have no culture to you. So therefore, the people at the High Museum probably don't have that much culture. So they hired or enlisted the help of a Killer Mike and these other people to actually prevent them from doing stupid shit, who actually know what the city's about, have been in the city, interacted with the city. So I think those names are on there to prevent them from doing stupid commercials, from putting stupid stuff in the museum. I think that's why those names are on there. Also, it's to like, hey, Killer Mike's with this. Let's go see what this is about.
Well, I have a lot more faith in Killer Mike. He is philanthropic. He is about helping the community. So this would be for him another avenue where he can add input to culture and to, a level of giving back to the community. So it's in line with who Killer Mike is. So I don't think he would put himself in a position where he would get played like.
Yeah, but 89 names, my dude, Eddie Meeks, you can't let your nuts hang because like you don't got no fucking. You can't. You ain't got no.
It's 40.
You ain't no.
Maybe not 89. It's probably 40.
Boom. If there was 12 people on that board or like 10 people on that board, I would think that's more legit than 40
You have
names.
some more. You have some more. Room to work. Absolutely.
40 names. 40 names. 40 you got 40 ideas.
Yeah. So for sure.
Well, I'm sure they probably form quorums and
it's not a good word.
Conglomerates and everything to make sure that they get certain agendas across. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Honestly, I don't know about I don't know about y'all, but I'm just gonna say, I mean, the High tends to have some pretty decent exhibits. It doesn't.
Hell yeah.
They're not slacking in any way, shape, or form. I don't think.
Well, you can't front on it.
I don't have any indictment on them.
Yeah, you can't front on it. You can't front on it. A couple of names you mentioned, their artwork is prominent in the museum. Radcliffe Bailey. A man Peku.
Yeah, Samu Peku.
Yeah, his stuff is in there. I've been in the High with Beyonce's mama. And I'm just like, and I'm wild.
Why?
It's just like, man, she was in there. She was checking shit out. It was just a random. What it was
some wild shit.
A free.
That's some wild shit just to drop, Meeks. What do you mean? Like you were in a High with Beyonce's mama,
bro?
It kind of sounded like they went together.
He was in,
but it goes
in
together.
There.
It makes sense, yeah.
Right, and it was community wise. It was one of the free Fulton County days. Yeah. So you're a Fulton County resident. I think it's one day out of the month, one Saturday out of the month. You go in there, you show them your ID to prove you live in Fulton County, and you got full run of the museum. I've been in the High on jazz night where in different parts of the museum,
cool. Absolutely,
they got live jazz artists performing. I'm not fronting on the High, but it's just like, when you think about the board and who's on the board and stuff like that,
It can get
it
sketchy.
makes you, yeah, it can get sketchy, and it makes you think like, why is this the way that it is? You know what I
Well,
mean? So,
I'll tell you why it is, man. I mean, because it's the big city level. So
mhm.
that's okay. That's fine. We have places like Peter Street. You know what I mean? If we want to have a gallery show, you can get a gallery down on Peter Street. You know,
For
talk to the
sure,
owners
yeah,
down there. We
yeah,
have our own places, and not only that, like I said, you know, what's to stop somebody from just renting out any random place anywhere and saying, "Hey, this is a pop up."
Mhm.
I tell
There
you
you
what,
go.
that earwax shit was dope. Like
Yeah,
I
yo,
didn't go.
I didn't go
should
either.
have
I'm
gone.
mad
I
I
don't know
missed
why
it.
I didn't.
I had to
But
work.
dude, the pics for that shit looks so fucking ill. That's what I
yeah.
mean.
And
Like
my
I really think
only,
there's an opportunity here. Like this, I know the
Oh, there
50th.
absolutely is.
yeah, my
Like
only beef was that with that is that it wasn't promoted better. I think it should have been promoted better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got wind of it like at the last minute. The one thing that provided me for a little bit of comfort is that we were actually in the exhibit.
That's
So
dope.
That's
you
what's up.
can't front on
That's
that.
dope.
And first and foremost, again, shouts out to Jazz, shouts out to Earwax.
yeah,
Man,
Talib
Earwax
Shabazz. Yeah,
Earwax let me put a homemade light box in the
yeah.
window of Earwax. I'm up there
That's
with
what's up.
big name art Outcast, Quali, Most
Yeah.
Def. When during the days when the light box was everything, I built my own. It was of high quality, and Jazz was like, "Fuck you, man." He was like, "Hell yeah, I'm hanging that shit up," and that
That's
shit
what's
was
up,
up.
man.
That shit was up there for over 6 months,
Dope.
and it's just it was just an institution for us, man. So
Absolutely it was.
Yeah.
Can we
Earwax was everything in Atlanta, man.
can we explain just for some people that may not know what the light box is? Because I
Oh,
was in metal bands, so I understand what a light box is.
a light box.
But I'm sure some
A
people
light
might
box.
not.
Nobody knows what the
Yeah,
fuck it's
Hey,
about.
a
Slim.
light box is basically I don't know 3 foot by 4 foot.
You can stand on while you're performing,
Yeah,
and it underlights
plywood.
you.
Yeah, plywood. You put your graphics or your artwork on a piece of translucent, like plexi glass, so to speak,
Yep.
and you put a light behind it, and it illuminates everything, and it's basically a billboard inside of a record store.
That's
Kind of
dope,
like the
man.
And
movies.
like
Magical
the
shit,
movies,
man.
like the movie posters outside of the movie theater, similar to that. And basically, it's a situation where
Damn, you
people
made that
park.
shit?
Yeah, people park. I used to work for a building supply company, and I would do creative shit with the scrap shit because they weren't gonna do nothing but throw it away. So yeah, I built that shit, made it. I took it by that to Jazz. Jazz was the same way. Like, you built this, you made this. I was like, yeah, man. I was like, is it quality enough to? He was like, man, I'm finna hang this shit right now. What are you
That's
talking
dope,
about?
man.
So it's like a situation where you park, you walking into the store and you looking up. Oh shit, what's that? That looks interesting. I was like, y'all got that record right now? Can I get that? Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
real.
record
It's
labels would have to pay for it. They had to buy it. Like
of
you'd have to
course,
buy that spot, right?
of
So like,
course. But
Yeah.
that's the greatness of
Okay.
jazz. If you put in the effort to do something that
Yeah.
a record label will not allow you to do, he's gonna make it a point to, yeah, I'm fucking with that. I got you.
That's what's up.
I was like, Jay, how long you gonna hold it up? He was like, I'll call you when you need to come pick it up. I was like, cool. And
That's what's
almost
up,
a
man.
year later, he was like, yeah, Meeks, come through. I got that for you. I was like, cool. So
Wow.
I have no beef, no qualms with nothing. Earwax can do no wrong in my book. You know what I'm saying? And I miss the institution that it was.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the city is lacking because of that. So
Yeah.
Eloquent as usual.
Yeah, there's a couple spots nationally that have that feel. Crate Diggers in Philly. But here, what do we have here right now?
We don't have it anymore. They all gone.
It's one place that sells records starts with a D. but they don't sell our stuff though. They don't sell it.
DBS.
DBS. Also criminal records. Criminal records.
Criminal. There's Wax and Facts.
Wax and Facts is still, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's not like versions. And it's not anywhere like it used to be. You know what I'm saying?
There's no hip hop. There's no hip hop shops anymore, like music wise, whatever. It's just that. The last one that I knew of was I take that back. Beat Lab. And Mega's still in Little Five, right? But he doesn't sell new shit.
You said Mega?
Yeah, Beat Lab. Yeah.
Shout out Mega, man. Not my brother Mega, but Big Mega, man. Yeah, that's my man. I used to have the lick on records, man. Shout out Jason Staten, man. He gave me a bunch of records and just said get rid of them, man. So I used
Shout
to
out to
need
Jason
Mega.
Staten for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but Criminal, I think it is. But Criminal was a spot. Of course, Wax and Facts was a spot. Shouts out to More Dusted and Digital.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Woo, you sound
it was
this is Atlantic history.
No doubt. Here. It was we had some spaces, you know what I'm saying, but we don't have them anymore. So
no.
Yeah.
I think one of the things Crate Diggers is doing in Philly is they buy the merch along with their vintage stuff, and they have the new merch. Say they got the Lisa Simpson hoodie from Griselda, this hoodie. I mean, they even had the Fuck You Mean hoodie.
Cold, Lukey.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I got it when it was $50, not $100-something. Back when you had to be quick on the draw. Remember how you had to say, we're going live at 12 p.m. Be ready. You put in your cart at 12:01, then it'd be gone at 12:02. That's when I got this shit right here.
Yo, what's y'all thoughts on these price ranges these days?
I ain't fucking with it, G.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
Yo, we was bugging during when that first jumped off, the $70 CD and shit. And
hold on. Here's why. Here's
the
$150
vinyl.
Thank you, Lukey.
Yeah, it definitely depends on who it is. Vinyl,
so it don't hurt me, but it definitely depends on who it is, man. Right. Some people can actually, yes, sure, okay, you can say that number and people gonna spend with you. Other people just throwing out numbers and it's like, man, come on.
My car knows $320. My car knows $320. My Commie CD costs $187.
Nope.
The vinyl costs $222. Then you have to log into the website. Holy shit! You have to first have purchased something before, then log into the website. If you log into the website and you haven't bought anything, it doesn't even show you the new product. It's like, what the fuck? You got to jump through a ring of fire. Motherfucking. So boom, my homie Eddie, shout out to my homie Eddie, Painkiller on Instagram. I said I logged into the website. I couldn't see how to buy anything. So then he hit me and said, I can buy you a record if you want to. I said, nah, man, I ain't got money to buy fucking rich ass Haitians right now, dude.
Bro, like, it's a wild time. But
that's a tragic story.
Shout out to independency though, because it allows you It allows you to do those. It allows you to do those things. You know what I'm saying? So, me and the homie, we keep it minimal. Homie, you reaching back and pulling stuff out the archive. Go back there and get that thing from between them disco balls, man.
You said get the thing. I was like, go get the gun.
This the thing. I don't have the thing.
This that thing. This that thing. This what me and the homie bring to the table. And it's affordable. It's very efficient. It's very cost efficient.
I heard a story about Insane Circle too.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. About it.
So
what do you want me to do? What am I doing?
Just put it up.
Just hold it up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Smithsonian grade. The book.
No doubt.
The book.
What?
That is crazy. So this is their book tour. This is a part of their book tour as well as their celebrating a monumental milestone year for them. This is just a stop on their book tour. Tell us about Smithsonian Grade. Tell everybody about the tale of DJ John Doe and Eddie Meeks and their path to be the vanguard of dope shit in the South.
Well, the first disclaimer is this was not our idea.
Okay.
So there's not any day of the week where Meeks and I wake up and think that we need to write a book about ourselves. So that's not at all. So
not at all.
Our egos might be inflated, but they're not that large.
That was a dope idea. Who came up with this idea then, man?
So,
who came to y'all and said, let's write a book? Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, so our good friend Brian Kaiser, who, if you don't know who Brian is, great guy, has done a number of books prior to us. More notably, he helped Cormega write his book. So if you look at so Cormega, The Understanding, there's a book out. He helped Cormega write that, or did write that with Cormega. He's edited a number of books from Wordsworth. Brian's history goes way back. If you guys remember hiphopgame.com, I don't know if you guys remember that website or not. Yeah. So he was one of very few journalists, if you will, around that time that was contributing to that site. So he has a long history. That's kind of like where he comes from. He's an educator. He's in the higher ed world now, but he ended up becoming a fan of the show because Meeks actually the first group that Meeks was ever a part of, called Insane Circle, had this was what year was this, Meeks? 89?
No, this was
91.
Yeah, 91, 92. We had a 7-year span.
Okay, so anyway, there was this crazy.
Yeah, basically like 91, roughly to 96. Yeah, we were a 5-man crew here in Atlanta, and we never made it past the demo phase. So our demo was what it was. We were shopping it all around the country, blah, 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 whatever, but we could never get out of demo phase. Fast forward to like, I don't know, 2015, maybe something around that point.
Right when we started the show.
Yeah, a UK label, Chopped Herring. Shouts out to Bob over at Chopped Herring Records over in the UK. I received a notification in my email inbox about the Insane Circle demo floating around on YouTube. I go to this link and find it, and there's 2 labels in the comments basically fighting to try to find out who these guys are and how can I get them on my label. And it was Chopped Herring, and I can't remember the other label. But it's just the amazement and the wonderment of hip hop, because here I am at my house with a Nike shoebox full of ADAT tapes that have never seen the light of day. And I got everything. I got ADATs, I got DAT tapes, whatever you need. But I never thought I would pull none of that out so they could be freshly pressed up on vinyl and released to the world. And it's sold out. Chopped Herring has a cult following.
Y'all know the term random rap, right? Like, I don't know if you guys ever heard that, but like basically indie rap back in the day, that was like, there might have been like 100 or 200 copies of a 12-inch press, and it never really like made it out of anywhere.
Okay.
So at one point for about Meeks, like 10 years, there was kind of this random rap, like subculture, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically how this all kind of came about during this time.
Wow, because these runs now are 200.
Yeah.
You know, 150,
exactly.
200.
Exactly.
Right, that's crazy. Wow, that's a heritage. I never heard that.
Exactly. Yeah,
ain't nothing new under the sun. But long story short, Chopped Herring started doing like coffee table books, and they centered them around the artists that they were releasing on the label, and we made it into Volume 3. And Brian Kaiser was responsible for putting those books together. So, and that's where the connection stemmed from. And from there, Brian became aware of the podcast, became a fan, and reached out to us one day. What do you guys think about writing a book about the podcast? I'm like, I don't know, homie. What you think about it? You want to do it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And over, what was it, was it 2 years?
It was probably 2 years, yeah.
Yeah. We put it together, and finally came up with a version that we could all sign off on, and we dropped it, man.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the second thing I want to be clear about is that when Meeks talked to me about this, number one, I thought he was joking. When I figured out he wasn't joking, I was like,
that's crazy.
You know what? Yes, I want to do this. And number one. Number two is I don't care if one motherfucker buys this book. Because at a minimum, this shit is going to be documented.
Yes.
And at a minimum, when I'm not here any longer, my wife and kids and family and whoever it is, like this will be our shit. This is our story and our words. Like, this is it. At least up until 2023, right?
Yeah.
So, again, like, this is not some like, this isn't some like, ego shit. Like, we think a book needs to be written about it. Someone about it. We put the book together, and I just wanted this shit to be everything is so not tangible now. So I mean, we're talking about all the physical products and shit like that. Like, this is a book you can hold. Like, one of my long-term goals is we're always talking that Smithsonian grade shit, right? Like, everything that we do is Smithsonian grade, and where that comes from is we interviewed Mark 7 from Jurassic 5. In it was probably like probably one of our first 10 interviews or so. And their album Power in Numbers. No, not Power in Numbers. What was the first one with the tree on it? Quality Control. Quality Control ended
Jurassic 5.
Yeah. The debut album for Jurassic 5 is in the Smithsonian, and it had just happened that week. So we or that week or that month, like when we had interviewed Mark. So we talked to Mark. We're like, wow, man, that's wild. You got an album in the fucking Smithsonian. So that's where the term. That's real, right? So that's where the term Smithsonian. So from that interview, Meeks and I were always on that Smithsonian grade shit. Like, that's where that term comes from. So, like, a long-term goal for the book is like, I would love for this to be in the Smithsonian. At a minimum, like, I'd love for maybe that shit to be like in the Cornell has a really dope hip hop archive. Harvard also has a really dope hip hop archive. We have one of the last, super unfortunately, we have one of the last interviews with Sean Price. God bless the dead.
Oh, wow.
We interviewed him. We interviewed him 2 months before he passed, or a month before he passed. That interview is actually in the book. It's transcribed. So kind of what you were kind of speaking to earlier, Jab, just about like, history and being a part of this. Like, we really do, like, without being too cocky and arrogant, like, I really do feel like we do have a place in kind of what's been going on the past 10 and
I wasn't bullshitting.
Yeah, no, I know you weren't, but I just, I'm trying to be humble and also talk shit at the same time.
Righteous.
Man, I want this shit to be, cemented in some way, and I thought that the book was a way to do that. So, and Meeks and I both thought that the book was the way to do that. So, it's the story of how we met. It talks about us meeting. I did college radio for 5, 6, 7 years at Western Kentucky University, which is where I went to school. That's where I met Egon and Count Bass D. I did 3 years of college radio there at Vanderbilt. I came down here and I did college radio at Georgia Tech and at WRAS. And that whole time. So that's where all the lineage comes from. And then Meeks and Mello needing a DJ and needing a producer. That's how that's how I got to become a part of Prophetics. And then just kind of that history and how the show ended up starting. And that's really kind of what the book is about. So
no doubt.
So anyway, so that's the big up Brian Kaiser, number one. Number two, big up my homie
730 Publishing.
Yeah, no doubt. Who did my homie Coop did the illustration, and the homie PQ did absolutely
did the lettering.
Yeah, he did all the layout and all the design and all that shit. I mean, this is a fucking dream, man. Like, we got quotes on the back from Rep Matic and D Styles, who are literally my personal heroes. Fucking Count Bass D, Dr. Butcher of G-Rap fame, like, it was a dear friend. He gave us a quote for the book, so it's just like it's just fucking incredible to have this thing, man.
The foreword of the book is from Grap Lover.
Yeah.
Who is
man. Like, wow. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's just thorough, cover to cover. Very hands-on with us. We edited and proofread many versions of the book until we were comfortable with, yeah, this is it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, and Lukey and Jab, about 2 years, kind of on and off, just, being distracted, kind of like back to my example of doing the Spotify playlist and not doing them. But I mean, Jab and Lukey, to your point, like, talking about doing the merch and whatnot, like, I said I didn't care how many books we sold, but we've sold well over 100 books. Like, I'm fucking ecstatic about that.
That's
I can't only buy it on Bandcamp, right? It's only on your Bandcamp page, right?
No, so what we did is I want people to understand, like, you can write a book, number one, because Wordsworth told us the same thing about 2 years ago. You can write a book. All the three of y'all, you guys can write a book. Number two is that self-publishing on Amazon is so fucking easy. So that's what we did.
So it's on Amazon?
Yeah, so you can get it for $10 on Amazon. Here's the ill shit about the self-publishing on Amazon is that the shit is global. So and here's the hustle. Here's the hustle is that you can buy unlimited author's copies. So
oh wow.
You can buy author's copies for $3. So what we did is so we did custom packages. So we did prints of the illustration. Right, we did stickers.
What's it listed on under here? Because I'm serious.
Just Smithsonian Grade, the story of Southern Vanguard. If you look up Smithsonian Grade story of Southern Vanguard Radio, you'll probably find. I'll send you the link.
No,
anyway, here's the thing though. Here's the ill shit, and this is what certain people were doing is like they were making the book. They go on the book signings. They buy the author's copies for $3. They or $4 or whatever it is. Sign the shit at the fucking book signing for $25. So you may not make a fucking thing selling the shit on Amazon, but the hustle with the author's copies, that's the shit.
Free game, people out there.
And it costs you money. It costs you no money to make a book on Amazon. I put my pastor up on this shit, yo.
Yeah.
Put your pastor. My dad's the pastor, so I can't do that shit. He might check out. But yeah.
Yeah. Hey, John, send me the link, man, because
I'll send it to you. Yeah.
We'll shoot you the link. And then the other thing.
I need to buy that today.
Yeah, the other thing about it being global.
Oh, that's where I was going. Yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of us selling it on Bandcamp, the shipping on Bandcamp from Bandcamp or whatever is crazy. The shipping in general, international, is crazy.
Yeah, y'all know that.
Handle that.
Yeah, but with Amazon, we send anybody outside of the US straight to Amazon because number one, it's going to show up. It's still going to show up in 2 or 3 days, and you paying the minimum amount. What is it? $10?
It's $10. So if you got Prime and you're in Germany, you can go look on the Amazon store that, like, if you're in Germany, buy the shit for $10 in euros or whatever the fuck it is in Germany. And if you got Prime, you get this shit for free. Yeah, whatever it is. And you get it in fucking 3 days.
And you'll have it in 3 days.
Yo, that's it, man. We had all these people sending us picture like, hey, I'm in Germany. I ordered the shit on Prime. I got it fucking 3 days ago.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man.
So anyway, man,
that is amazing.
Yeah, man, it is amazing for real.
Shout out Amazon, man. Shit's let's get some Amazon money, man. I'm about to get down with that. That's
shit's
dope.
Doubt.
There's ways to get money on Amazon.
I've been writing a book for the longest called "My Life as a Superhero Sex Addict," and
that's your book.
That shit now.
Oh yeah,
My Life as a Superhero Sex Addict. Yeah,
finish it.
You should. I'll tell you what, Luke, you'll sell more books than we did.
Yeah, I'm working on a book too, entitled "So Glad I Never Made It."
What?
Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's a dope name. That's a real dope name.
Yeah.
I just want to start singing. So glad I never made it. Not like the church song. Not like the church song, yo. Yeah. But I kind of understand that. I kind of understand where you coming from.
I understand. I get it. That's dope.
Yeah. I was listening to the interview on the HHDG and how you drove all the way to John Doe in Kentucky, yo.
I was the only in studio guest on his 3 years of college radio at Western Kentucky.
Oh wow,
that the Salukis?
That's wild. That's what's up. No, that's Southern Illinois. Shout out Southern Illinois. I was
Talk to him, Jab. Tell him, Jab.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I was out there, Carbondale. You know.
What it was I was on a promo run for my first EP, and I stopped in Nashville on the way to Memphis and hit up Vanderbilt WRVU 91.1 FM, the 911 show with Count and Egon. I met John and we got to chopping it up. I was like, man, I'm on my way to Memphis. I got an interview, with the local paper there, and I'm going to knock that out. He was like, man, well, if you coming back this way, look, my show is, what was it? What you had?
Oh, Sundays 10 to 2.
That's another thing about the show and bringing it forward. We do this on Sunday night. Mm-hmm. So to know that his show in college was on Sunday night, it puts everything in perspective, man. It's full circle. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I need to do all the promo I can. I made it a point to get to his show that Sunday, and as it goes down in history, I was the only in-studio guest that he ever had, and doing 3 years of college radio. Yeah, and I helped him carry the crates. Afterwards, I helped him carry the crates down to his car.
Yo, 3 flights. 3 flights every Sunday.
Yeah, you carry crates. If you carry crates, you really in the mix,
Yeah.
They go for Sunday.
No,
needs no more backs.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, that's how you know you're in the future, because you don't have to carry crates, man.
Right.
No, at one point,
that's a real.
At one point,
labor of love right there.
I had 2 shows on Sundays and Wednesdays from 10 to 2, and I had to carry crates up and down 3 flights of stairs every Sunday and Wednesday.
Crazy.
For fucking 3 years, bro. 2 years. 2 years.
You probably had bunnies, though. You probably had bunnies.
I had 0.
Yeah, 0 bunnies. 0. I swear to God, if I was carrying them crazy, I'll be dunking on everybody back then, Well, I was trying. I was missing.
I would have just showed up in a wheelchair and forced them to put ramps in.
Right.
There were ramps. There were ramps, Carl, but there were no.
Like, you gotta
get access to the elevator.
The ADA DJ, no doubt.
Come on, dog. This is 90. This is 95, 96. There wasn't accommodation for shit. There might have been a ramp to get in the building. There was nothing after that.
After that,
you bump your ass up the stairs.
You better get on them steps. Hell yeah.
I remember when Great Scott came in my building one time and using the wheelchair, and he came in my building to record, and he got out the wheelchair and he climbed up the steps, and I'm looking like. Then he looked at me and said, man, I fuck mad bitches in your building. I didn't feel sorry for him no more after that.
Yo.
I was like,
yo, shouts out to Gray Scott. Gray Scott fucked me up one night in the Apache. I was standing at the bar. He rolled up to the bar. I saw him. I looked away. And the next, when I looked back, he was standing right next to me. I said, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Did I just witness a miracle, nigga? Like, what the fuck?" Yo, I'm telling you right now, looking at all 5 of us, I bet he in better shape than all of us right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know. I mean,
we're
probably similar.
You diesel, son. You diesel.
It is primo jab. It is jab. He does have jab.
I'm not even really flexing like that. But anyway.
Yeah.
It's regular.
He got a Zoom filter. Jab's got a Zoom filter on.
It's a Zoom filter.
Talk your shit, Jab. Talk your shit, man.
We need Quam to come back and make some more records.
Yeah, man. Shout out the Legless Gorilla Technique, man.
That's my man. A great show. You know what I'm saying? He puts on a great show.
His shows are the stuff of legend.
Yeah, they really are, yo. Well,
I give it up to Scott. He held it down in Memphis for a minute. He made the move from Atlanta to Memphis for a minute. He's still there?
Yeah, in between, I believe.
Yeah, I give it up to him because
I thought he was back. I thought he came back.
I won't be going back to Memphis no time soon.
Hey, better you than me, brother.
Yeah, I give it up to him. I can do 3 days in Memphis tops. That's it.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Chicago sometimes.
Yeah,
I got a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all
before I get caught up in the
maybe a week.
Still around, buddy? No doubt. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you know what it is, Jack.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I guess I gotta go.
It's time to go.
All right, Meeks, you'll appreciate this. You'll appreciate this. I need to know, and if you want to drop names, you can. I need to know the dumbest fuck shit you guys have dealt with doing this podcast?
Yo, boom, Carl.
Carl.
This gonna be good. This gonna be
Carl
good.
got the answer.
Yeah, I'd say it was the AP, the Overlord business that we went through.
Oh yeah, that was kind of fun. I thought you were gonna say something else though.
What did you think I was gonna say?
Oh, yeah, run that too.
There's more incidents.
Yeah. Okay. Motherfuckers not coming on the show when they supposed to come on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like boom. Okay, boom. We hit you that day, say you're gonna come on, and you don't come on. Then we invite you on again, you don't come on again. Like, then we had a couple weeks ago. Was it a couple weeks ago? Someone's supposed to come on. You didn't send me the link in the email, or what they say, Jab?
Well, no. It was a confirmation. Yeah, I'm good to go for tomorrow, right? And then we get there, sends a message, hey, we're here, where are you? Nothing, no response. And then 2 hours after we were done recording the episode, a response came in, the link wasn't in the email. It's the same email that's sent out every week, right? Like the link is in there.
And then we see you on tour.
You can see the sent email that still has the link in it.
So here is why we don't do interviews anymore. That is exactly why we don't do interviews anymore. Is because of fuck shit like that.
And y'all are officially our brothers right now. So we salute y'all. Because of
fuck shit like that. and number two, we had the mix show, so we didn't need your ass. Right? So bye. We're done. Like, I don't have to do that shit no more. You know what I mean?
Nah.
It is fucking. I am so happy to hear you guys say that, because I thought it was us.
No.
But it's not.
I thought it was me.
Exactly.
Halfway person.
I thought it was me shaking.
Too. I go do 10 more reps. Like,
yo, I'm gonna tell you like this. There were nights when I had to stay at John's crib because it was so late. And now
we cancel.
And now I'm getting out of there at 11:30, 12 o'clock. And it's just it's just like, And not only that, to extend the fuck shit, we do the interview.
Oh no, this is the worst. This is actually the worst.
I think I know what you're talking about.
This is post interview. We provide you with all the artwork.
Let's talk about it.
All the links, all the everything, and you don't even promote your shit. It's just like, wow.
Thank you,
Jab. You remember when we was doing this, like on the level of these cats right now, and couldn't get on a blog or couldn't get on a radio show or nothing like that. When we was trying to grind it out and didn't really have an outlet.
We were overly thankful, and not even overly, but well deserving to be in Frank 151 or Elemental. That's what, you know what I mean? You can get in there, let alone if you get to rap. Is there something ill and major like that? But if you can get into Elemental and 151, shit, you was doing something. You was on WRAS, you was on Georgia State radio, you know what I mean? Any college radio. That meant something.
Would tell everybody.
Tell it, hey, put it on the back of a flyer.
So
we can't tag collaborator.
We giving these dudes their whole life and they ain't doing nothing with it.
So I will tell you how I let go of both of those fuck shit behaviors that we have to deal with. If the artist doesn't want to promote it, I mean, we're still doing it because we felt like the artist was dope and we wanted to share their music. So if it only reaches our current fans, that's cool. There's going to be new fans for that artist and we appreciate them being on. I would much rather them give a shit and promote it.
Yeah.
But in regards to the ones that don't value our time, we found that our fans are pretty happy when we just drop an episode where we talk shit about what's going on in the underground. And I am fortunate enough to have a professor of hip hop knowledge in Jab, and one of the funniest, craziest people in Lukey to be able to riff off of for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Funniest, craziest person, Carl.
Well, I'm psycho. There's a difference.
Big difference. Big difference.
But we could do 5 of these a week and not run out of things to talk about. So, if an artist doesn't value our time, that's on them. They're missing out on the opportunity of having a really dope conversation, because that's what we do. So
yeah,
that's
Carl's just a Zen motherfucker and all this shit. I guess that's great, Carl. Well, I'm gonna call you when I need to be talked off the ledge or dealing with this fucking rap shit.
I'm really good at speeches.
Exactly.
I'm really good at speeches.
We give them 5 to 10 minutes, then we run that shit. And then if they want to come in later, nah, we catch you next time. But ain't no next time, because we book like 5. How long we book? Like 4 months,
5 months, 6 months.
All right, dog. Look,
right now.
Here's a perfect example. If anybody, they are Lukey is not talking shit. So in typical, John and Meek's fashion, maybe John fashion, we knew this book was coming out in fucking September. Jab, what did I do? I hate you by like end of August.
Yeah, early on.
Yo, we got a book coming out. Like, can we come on our show?
Like, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's great. Yeah, we got a slot open in January. I'm like, God damn. All right, well, hey, I'll take the slot. Take the slot in January. But that shit's real. You know what I mean? Yo, man. Yeah. This is why I respect. Man. That's why I respect y'all so much, man. Because doing this shit regularly, with consistency is really fucking hard. I don't think people understand that. It is really hard when you are a responsible adult in society. It is hard to do this shit fucking week after week, man. So salute to y'all. You know what I mean? Because
thank Carl.
Hey, man.
Yeah, he got a superpower called OCD, and fucking he cranks it out.
However y'all get there, it's the trio, right? So everybody has their own strengths and powers and all the shit. But I'm just saying, man, like this, to anybody listening, this takes a lot of work. Nobody's making any bread off this shit. Nobody's getting rich off this shit. This is all out of labor of love. And, fucking treat us with some goddamn respect.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Just a little bit.
400 episodes.
We're trying to share love.
Wow.
Our love of hip hop.
This is not just 400 episodes, dog. We used to drop twice a week.
Yeah.
So in one night, we would do a 60-minute interview and then do a 90-minute mix show.
Right.
So this is really not episode 400 coming up in 2 months. This is fucking episode 600 and
almost 700.
83.
Yep. Right.
Yep. That made my face hurt.
Yeah.
Wow, man. But that's what I'm saying, man. That goes back to what I said, man. Y'all like an institution out here, man.
That's
and
dedication.
Just everything you just said, John Doe. Exactly. That's the dedication. That's the showing the love, the labor of love.
Well, let's
how y'all getting along for this long? That is amazing. All in itself.
Yo, man. That's my brother. That's my brother right there. That's my brother right there. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it with nobody else.
Yep,
and then to spin the block on this a little bit. It's not really about the interviews and promoting the artists and stuff like that. We need this in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like, again, like I said, the homie, we felt the way we felt about the music so many years ago, but we don't want to leave this shit alone. So let's, do a spinoff and have a second or third life with this shit. That's what it's really all about, man. And it's not us being selfish, but we want to continue to be a part of this culture and this movement by any means. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about, we artists and we put music out and we dope and blah, blah, blah. Nah, we can take ourselves out of it. You know what I'm saying? And 9 years, we've rarely played the same record twice.
Yeah, gift and a curse again.
Yeah, it's not, it's all new music. It's gotten to the point where we can get world exclusives from artists and stuff like
absolutely.
that. It's its own thing. So we at the end of the day, man, we just thankful, bro. That's the best way I can end it off. We just super thankful, man. And hopefully we got another 9 years of this shit in us. I don't know.
I think there's gonna be dope music coming out in 9 years.
Yeah, I don't see us, killing this no time soon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Definitely. Carl, what else we got here, yo?
So I know we're getting kind of late here, but I just wanted to let you guys know that not only do I really appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with us, but just for putting in that work and that passion. It's the energy that shows in what you guys produce. I hope for 9 more years I'm tapped in. I'll be there.
Word.
No doubt. I hope we do too.
Thank you.
Man, we just want to have fun for real. I mean, if you listen to podcasts, I mean, we doing all kinds of dumb shit all the time, right?
Hanging out, cutting records.
That's it.
Drinking.
Drinking. Yeah.
It's literally poker night. That's what I said to Meeks when I pitched this shit to him. I'm like, look, man, like this is an excuse for us to get together one night a week and play poker. It just so happens that poker is fucking playing records and talking shit. It's beautiful. This is like the dream, right? Like when I was doing college radio, I was at a station that didn't have free harbor. They called it free harbor, which meant that like after 2 a.m. and certain stations, you would be able to. There were no restrictions from a language standpoint. So like, if you go back to kind of like Stretch and Bob days, for example, right? Like that's what was so incredible about Stretch and Bob is that they were on WKCR, and after 2 a.m., from like 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., you could play music with curse words in it. Right. So like I couldn't do that at Western Kentucky University or at WWHR. I couldn't do that at WRVU. Most stations could not do WRAS, which had I mean, they still do, but at the time,
they 100,000 watts.
100,000 watt. Like if you came through Atlanta and you were a hip hop artist, you had to stop at WRAS. Big up Randall Moore and Talib Shabazz and Rhythm and Vibes and all that.
They had free harbor, John Doe?
They did not. No, that's what I'm saying. They did not. So that was like a very special thing. So like when I got hooked into podcasting, but really what hooked me was Combat Jack, rest in peace, Reggie Osei, and actually Juan Epstein. I really got into that shit, and I was like, all right, well, nobody's doing really a mix show from a podcast standpoint, but like when I realized like I could literally say and do whatever I wanted, like that was like my dream. Yeah, because I felt like I had so many restrictions when I was on college radio, when I was coming up. So like when Meeks and I fully realized we could literally say whatever the fuck we wanted to, just like all 5 of us have been doing. You know what I mean? Like that. If you don't know any better, like that's some liberating shit.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like
the first station I realized that had free harbor in Atlanta was WRFG, and it was it was.
I didn't know they had free harbor.
Yeah, it was, and it was anything. It was anything after 12 a.m. It was anything after midnight. But the funny thing about that is, going back to the Sean Price interview, he apologized for cursing. And we was like, nah, man, this ain't.
Man, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, this ain't Hot 97, bro. Like,
fucking beautiful.
Talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the beautiful thing about this. It's like it's the wild west, man. Whatever goes is whatever goes, man. And that's the most beautiful thing about all of this, man.
100%.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm just now finding out about a free harbor, and I like WRG. I heard you kiss your ass goodbye. I was with my girlfriend taking her back home. I was like, yo, they cussing. I did not know that they had free harbor.
Frame.
Yeah, man.
So I was like, yo, they fucking up. Someone's getting fired.
Right.
Nah, man.
Whoa. Yeah,
Radio Free Georgia, man. Shouts out to WRFG 89.3 Atlanta, bro.
Yeah, I just thought they was missing it. I just thought they was just missing it. So I'm glad I finally understand now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Jab, what else we have, bro?
Hey man, I just want to show my admiration and just beaming respect for the work that y'all have done, all these episodes. It's just been it's been so refreshing seeing people being so selfless and giving of themselves, giving their time to really put out a quality product that is keeping that feeling out here, man. We got to go back to that feeling like we were talking about, man. People are still catching that feeling. You still catching the vapors, hearing that dope new music, and then the chemistry between y'all, man. Obviously it adds that personality. Again, like I said before, y'all are the forefathers of this kind of place. That when you're saying Combat Jack and names like that, y'all are right up there in that era. Like that, you were one of the things that you could listen to around that era of things that I wanted to hear, right? So y'all, hey man, just thank y'all for taking the time to keep doing what you do every week. And thanks for stopping by and kicking it with us, man. It's nothing but love and respect and admiration for me, man. I appreciate y'all for everything you do, man. Thanks for sharing dope shit with the world, man. Seriously, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Jab, that was one of the highlights, actually. Like, I can't remember how many years back we met.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, shit, it's been
like 5 or 6 years, 8 years, maybe. I don't know. I just know you sent me
it messes me up.
Jab, you've been in the lab, bro.
I've been in the basement, man. Yo, it was a good time, man. We had a ball down there, man.
We had
a ball.
Hell yeah.
But that was one of the first times I think, Jab, where I met someone because of the show. Like I met you and Bless the same night because like I think maybe I had played, what was the joint with Razzcast, Pokey or
Pokey. Well, that was after that, but before that, it was before, it was when Pedro was out.
That's right.
Y'all had played like Casablanca. You played a couple of joints.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's how we ended up coming up.
Yo,
y'all were like, oh man, you in Atlanta? Come through. And Meeks was like, oh yeah, I know Primo Jab, aka the Bear. I know that, man. It was on.
Yeah. I love that, man. I love that shit. Yeah, I love that shit. So.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. Thank you for your support and bless the support and
y'all make it easy, man.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank y'all, man. Thank you.
One of my favorite interviews y'all got is I didn't really know too much about the guy, and he's right alongside my favorite rapper, almost favorite rapper of all time. I did the Knowledge the Pirate interview. I didn't really know nothing about the dude, and y'all brought up that he wrote for Will Smith. And he said,
knowledge, man.
The name is on there. They wrote it anyway. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. So I didn't really that shit was he was mad aggressive on that shit.
He was. Yo, so Luke, so I'm glad you brought that up actually, because I thought for sure, I don't know why. I don't know if it was because he was affiliated with Marcy or what, but I just thought that interview was gonna be extremely
hard to get him to talk.
Yeah. Yo, that motherfucker was on fire. Like off the rip.
Yeah. How about the Charlie Mack shit? All that shit. Man. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Then I come to find out he's from St. Louis. He was born in St. Louis. I didn't know that. Just knowing him after that, I'm like, yo, but that interview was like, yo, I did not think this motherfucker was gonna be a live wire like that.
I know. I didn't either. That shit was
I'm gonna tell you what brings it out of him, man, is our process was we would have them come on. It's like we're gonna do a little banter, and then we're gonna bring you into the interview, and it never failed. Me and John interacting with each other, talking that little bit of shit.
Yeah, talking about volleyball practice with Meek's daughter and talking about That's a $5,000. That's a $5,000 T-shirt.
It's a fire-ass T-shirt.
Exclusive merch,
That's
man.
a fire.
That's
baby.
so tough. Look at that.
Shout out to
Shout
Element.
back.
Shout out to Element.
Element.
No doubt. Shout out to
Pirate, man.
Element.
You know, we
Hell
support
yeah.
people. We support us, man.
No doubt.
I'm gonna be wearing that shirt somewhere in Cabo San Lucas, drinking a
No
margarita in 2027.
No
Watch.
doubt. No doubt.
Come on,
But,
man. Just on a random Thursday.
Yeah,
That's
what I
right.
was saying,
That's right.
it never failed, man. The little prequel before we actually started the interview would lighten the cats up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, these some real motherfuckers. Oh, they talking about some real shit.
Yeah.
They got kids and jobs and shit. And it's just like, oh, these are homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we started the interview, and they just like, it's just like an open. It never failed. There was a couple of interviews where it just was a disaster from start to finish.
Yeah. Oh, I hate those.
But the majority.
Yeah, we talk about them in the book, actually.
Yeah, we do.
You drop the names too, huh?
Oh
yeah, we drop the names.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm ready to drop the names. I might see these niggas had to stab them, man. I ain't trying to do that. And if I stab you, I stabbed you. It's on you. It's on God to let you die or not. It's not up to me. I stabbed you. It's on Allah. If you die, let you die. If I shoot you,
do what you gotta do.
It's on Allah.
You do whatever you gotta do.
It's on
man.
Jesus. All right, go ahead.
But I was just saying the majority of the interviews after we did that little warm up, and then we bring it and now, you know what I'm saying? And now, you know, here we are, and we got this man this woman with us tonight. We like to welcome, and by the time we do that, it's on, and they're comfortable. And they ready to talk, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess we made it feel like it was a safe place, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
indeed.
Yeah.
What up? But like, it's still one of my favorite podcast interviews of all time. I like Knowledge so much. I like Flintlock a lot.
Yeah, Knowledge was dope.
Me too.
Knowledge was real dope. Knowledge was dope. Yeah,
true indeed. I couldn't get past that first song of that Flintlock. Like 8 listens when I first listened to it. The eyes, look into his eye. I can't just see. I can't sing good shit. That's what doing. Yeah, definitely. But y'all continue doing God's work. Once again, if y'all like to go listen to the other full interview from HHDG Media, our boy Ian, go over there and listen to his shit too. They got some other stuff we ain't talk about on here. No. And we talked about some different shit on here too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ian once again. Yo, we glad that y'all could come kick it with us on the joint. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Thank you.
Don't let me in your studio, John Doe, because I'm going to take something. Word.
And go get the book.
Go get
it. You might take it. You just might not get out the door.
Nah, you ain't gonna make it out the door.
If you ain't no God, it's on God if you die.
Yeah, you right. I don't gotta steal no more, but I do still take one. To this day, I steal one thing.
It's up
toilet
to
paper
Jesus.
for my job.
There you go.
Yeah, it's free. It's be right there. I'm taking that shit. Shout out to my boss. I hope he ain't hear this shit. But boom. Episode 126 of the Abyss Podcast. 127. I fucked it up. Finally, I had a good winning streak, but I fucked it up, yo. But boom. Thank you once again, brothers. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do this again.
Thank y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Word. We gotta do like
thank you.
What we call it? The Marvel
crossover, man.
The DC Marvel.
Yeah,
this wasn't a Marvel DC crossover. No, this was something much iller than that, man. It has to be a Marvel because DC lacking.
Oh, yeah, Marvel.
Hey, yo, but DC got Superman and Batman. They're gonna be more popular than anybody. So, fuck it. Yeah, anyway, we see our motherfuckers next week. Blah.